of us at the Community Foundation believe that it is a privilege to connect the thousands of those who care with the causes that matter in our community. Whether it is carrying out the wishes of Aloysius Widman, John and Bibi Valance, or Elizabeth White, it's our privilege to carry out their legacy in perpetuity. In this, our 25th anniversary year, we are reaching out to help those who are most in need in our community. In this case, we are helping 50 organizations that work with people with disabilities, helping them live full and productive lives. But it's not the Community Foundation that's touching lives, it's the organizations that we are honored to support. Together, we are making a lasting difference.
Our announcements today have to do with organizations that help people with disabilities. And I think it's safe for all of us to say that these organizations and these people get very little attention. They get surprisingly low funding. And we think we've got an opportunity today to help those organizations in these difficult times. All organizations need money. I haven't seen any that had big surpluses these days. But these smaller, focused organizations are in special need, and their clients are in special need, and we're delighted to be able to help in some way.
We are an organization that's been around for 90 plus years that treats kids with severe disabilities and special needs. Try to tout ourselves as a one-stop shop for our kids. We just don't turn kids away. You walk through the door and you need care, you're going to be taken care of regardless of your ability to pay. The current environment is particularly a real challenge, not just for us, but I'm sure for all nonprofits in southeastern Michigan and Michigan in general. The reality of it is the people are still writing checks, they're just writing much smaller checks to the organization because they still believe in the mission and the services that we're providing here.
Adult Wellbeing Services helps seniors, people they care for, and people who care for them. We also serve people with developmental disabilities. We think it's an example of what the Community Foundation makes available for community organizations. We were absolutely thrilled to be able to establish an endowment and get matching funds in the early stages of that. So that's something that's really been good, and we continue to get contributions for that endowment today. So that's an important part of our future. What we did with the Community Foundation grant that we received from the Widman Fund was to establish a pre-micro-enterprise project to really discover whether this could work for people with developmental disabilities. And once we discovered it, then we were able to actually develop a full program. And we had the benefit of that testing period, which you don't get with government grants. And so that's the advantage of Community Foundation's support.
Penricton Center for Blind Children is a 5-day residential and daycare agency serving blind, multi-disabled children ages 1 through 12. All the children enrolled in our program are legally blind with one additional disability. All of our services are provided at no charge to families. The grants have been wonderful for us. They've allowed us to expand our program and do things that no other agencies offers in the United States. We have a child in our program named Madison. When Madison came in our program, she is legally blind, mentally impaired, and has autism. Today she walks independently, and it makes a huge difference for her and her family. So we're very, very grateful, and we're able to help her and all the children.
JARC was founded 40 years ago by a group of families that were concerned about the future of their children. Their children had developmental disabilities, and they were wondering what would happen when they could no longer care for their children. And as a result, JARC was born. I think the most important thing about the Community Foundation's support is the word community. We're an integral part of the community. We're basically a lifelong relationship for people with developmental disabilities. I appreciate that the Community Foundation is doing what it's doing, not just in the community, but in the field of disabilities. I think it's very important for the general public to really get a better understanding of the disability community. I think that it adds to the lives of the people with disabilities, but more importantly, I think it adds to our own lives when we reach out and learn more and include people with disabilities in our daily lives.
There are more than 800,000 persons with disabilities living in Southeast Michigan. The 50 organizations that the Community Foundation is recognizing with grants are examples of the diversity of quality providers that serve these individuals. We hope you will consider helping one or more of these organizations at this critical time.